Hey y'all, I want to share something with you guys right quick. I know a lot of my YouTubers, a lot of us are Christians, and some of us are in ministry, and some of us aren't, and you just view my videos, and I love that. I appreciate it, and I really do thank you guys for watching my videos. I thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for all your comments, your PMs, and all of that. To those of y'all that are have PM me, you're facing some difficult situations in your marriage, in your health, I want you guys to know that I am praying for you, and just know that God is faithful, and continue to trust in God and seek the Lord concerning any situation that you may be facing or going through in your life. And God, one thing I know, and I can attest to, and you all can do the same thing, we know God is faithful. Amen. Amen. So I just wanted to say that to you guys. But let me say this here. Whenever I had to explain this to my children, well, mainly my son, the other day, we came into a situation, and one thing that I know when dealing with people that are homeless or that are less fortunate or that have fallen on hard times, one thing that I know is that a lot of times those people have lost dignity. They've lost their dignity as a human being, because we weren't created to just live homeless, without shelter for our families, and no job, just basically having, you don't know where your next meal going to come from. A lot of times when we come in contact with people like that, a lot of times they have lost a lot of their dignity as a human being. So the main thing you want to do is to try to help restore a person's dignity as a human being. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't care what your situation is today. I don't care what you're going through today. You may be living in a penthouse today. You may be driving that fancy car today. But I'm telling you, life is filled with swift transitions. You understand me? Because this morning you're doing good, but by noon your whole life can be turned upside down, where you need the helping hand of somebody. Amen. So I don't care what you do in life, you don't know how your next second of life is going to transpire. So anytime you come in contact with someone that's falling on hard times, let me tell you, especially when you're dealing with people and they have children involved too, we can always ask, well, what happened? How did you get this way? Are you on drugs? And all of those are good questions to ask. But right now, we need to try to solve an issue. Well, let's try to find you shelter. Let's try to make sure you got food, okay? And then we're going to try to deal with the issues at hand so you don't end up in this situation again. It's not for us to, at that time, to try to make judgments. Say, okay, well, let's figure out what they did. Oh, they on drugs. We not going to do nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that can be the case. And a lot of times dealing with people with mental issues can also be the case too. But I find that, in helping folk, helping people, human beings, let's get some help, and then let's do the other things. But the main thing we want to do is to restore dignity. If you're helping someone get food, say you got to go and get someone some food, don't just, because the person is homeless, don't just say, well, I'm going to get them what I want to get them. They should be glad they're getting anything. No, no. That's a human being. Ask them, what do you like to eat? Okay? That helps to restore dignity back to the person. Don't just get them all anything. Oh, we're going to get them this. No. Get the same quality of things that you would get. Amen? If you don't eat out out-of-date food, why should you try to provide out-of-date canned foods or canned goods for another human being? That's a human being. Restore dignity. Ask them, what do you like to eat? And if you're able to do that for that person, then give that. The same thing you would eat, give it to the person that you may find in a less fortunate situation than you, okay? Help keep the person's dignity because they're a human being. Amen. And God created the homeless man, the prostitute, the person on drugs, the person that's just falling on hard times. How dare we stick our nose up at people that are less fortunate, and if we're going to try to help them, we don't try to provide them the best help because, we think, well, they ought to be glad we get them anything. Let's just get them that. No, that's a human being. Give them dignity. Restore it back to them by ask them, what is your name? Find out their names, and then you tell them your name. And don't just get them anything. Or we gonna, I've seen this happen, and I had to teach this to my children. Help restore a person's dignity at all times. Amen? Because it is a human being. All right? And we have to be careful when we're dealing with, like us as people, when it comes to giving money or, taking people into your home and things like that. You have to evaluate the situation and be led by the Spirit of God. But by all means, always try to restore a person's dignity by asking them, what do you like? What would you like to have? What is your name? Amen? Amen. Because I'm going to tell you, people something. And I say this a lot, only God can love us because human beings are something. I'm telling you. Now I'm telling you, rich people don't care nothing about the poor folk. They don't. They really don't. Now that's what's wrong with the world today. That's what's wrong with this whole government shutdown stuff. It ain't nobody struggling for no money. Ain't no hard time. People have hard times, and not only is because your neighbor greedy. That's the only reason. Your neighbor got a loaf of bread, and yeah, they work for the whole loaf, honey. Every one of them slices of bread, they work for it. But my God, can you give one slice to somebody? That's the only problem wrong with the government right now. Is greed. For the love of money. Love of money is the root of all evil. People have wrong relationship with money or their success. Amen. The Bible said the poor gonna always be with you. And the Bible said you ought to help the poor. If you're able to help somebody, it's in your willpower to help them, go and help them. Amen? Amen. So anyway, I didn't want to be too long, but I did want to share it with you guys. If you come across another human being, another person that's fallen on hard times, do the best that you can to restore that person's dignity. Amen. Because everybody that's in the street ain't on drugs, don't have mental issues. People just fall on hard times sometimes. Amen. Amen. All right, so I love you guys and be blessed. And I'm going on down the road.